Do you know of the Akashic records? What do you believe is their relevance? Is this premise real, or just another fanciful story that has grown over time to become more than it was intended to be? What is your perspective here? Let us look further. Recognize that there is an accounting of all that you do. There is no sidestepping that. All that you do does accrue. So, although you may have heard that another can take on what you create when it is negatively implied, well, that cannot be. It is that you and only you can uphold and correct what might have been done in your past from a lesser state of being. You see, you are responsible for all that you initiate in this lifetime and any other. Recognize that although another may want to absolve you of your sins, that would not be lawful to do. It is counter to what we know, and we will say that you may want to move to your heart and ask again. You see, until you take responsibility for all of your actions, not just some of them, then less will continue to be. It is that each step you are to take is one that must be, to a degree, measured and precise. And when measured steps are not taken, when measured steps are not enacted, then less it to be and less becomes known. Akashic records. Do you see that the Akashic records are those energetic recordings of what has come before? It is that much has accrued over time, and we want you to understand all there is and what is to be. Some may have more of a fanciful understanding of this understanding as we understand it to be. They may propose and suppose that this or that is necessary for them to be accessed. But we say this is more fanciful than not. It is simply accessing what is your right to ascertain and understand. Do you see that this is, in many ways, your true lineage of being? It is that your heritage, as we have said before, is not simply a physical one. It is a spiritual and dimensionally different one than you might now suppose. And so, you could envision a vast library with many old parchments dispersed about. You could imagine potions, incense, astrological graphs, and other such considerations, but we will say that these are all unnecessary. It is simply the energetic tracking and maintaining of the energy application applied. It is the means to see if steps taken and efforts applied were enacted in an uplifted way, or in a lesser, more lowly one. It is quite simply that. Applied energy. It is also the records that you have the right to view when taking responsibility for all that you say and do. It is an accountability that must be accounted for. It is the pausing and the bending of the knee in many respects. It is that you recognize that you have done and been many things. And so when you cast your gaze here or there, when you look at another in a lesser premise, do not judge, as this judgment is also self-imposed. Do you see that you are more negatively inclined when the judgment is affixing its focus on you? Seek to not apply energy in a negative fashion. Seek to restore that which is amiss and missing from the landscape of your life. Look upon all things in the beauty and wonderment that they are and will continue to be. Choose what you embrace and the fanciful stories that embellish and elevate what need not be. Regarding the Akashic records, move to embrace what is true. When something seems fanciful, ask inwardly if this is so. Ask so that more might be. See more in this way. Karma. Might we also suggest that karma is not as you might suppose? Seek to know what it is, as it does work in many ways, from what you are aspiring from and to. Seek more in this way.